Hey, what's up? Welcome to Malk's Bikes. I'm Malk Hogan. Today, we're going to bike check a state Alouette 4130. I probably mispronounced that, but who cares? So I built this bike for a trip that I was going to take to New York City and ride in Manhattan. I've always wanted to ride the streets of Manhattan in traffic, and I never gotten the opportunity, so I did not want to rent a bike, and I did not want to take one of the bikes that I had, so I built an economy bike so that if something would happen to it, I wouldn't be losing sleep. And then my flights got canceled on 3 separate occasions, and I never got to take the trip. I've been to Manhattan a few times. I've always wanted to ride there. If you haven't seen Traveling Through's videos where he's riding in New York City, it is something not to be missed. I'll put the link in the description or up here above. Check that out for sure. So it's a 4130 chromoly steel TIG welded frame. You can see the state 4130 chromoly steel decal there. It's got this this wishbone, they call it, this wishbone rear seat stay. There's some mounts there on the rear seat stay if you want to mount a rack. I think that's what that's for. I wouldn't do that. There's a couple extras down here on the bottom. It's got a rear flip-flop hub, single one side, fixed the other side. I originally had this set up fixed gear, but I didn't think that I'd probably be wanting to relearn that again. I haven't ridden fixed gear since like 2009, so I set it up single speed for New York City. But it's just got the factory build rear sprocket and main chain ring on there. This is just the crank set that came with the build. I swapped out the pedals for some Fortes. I think they're poly. Frankly, I bought these as disposables for a trip to Suttons Bay, Michigan for a different bike. I got them because they had foot straps, and I thought that might be something that was appealing to me, but I tried 10 different ways to figure those out, and I just don't think the quality was there for what I wanted to do with it. I changed the tires out to some Terravale Ram parts. I had Terravale Ram parts on my Surly Straggler, and I think 42s. These are 38s. It's kind of interesting to run such a high pressure. They're so fast. It's cool to get used to something that feels so quick anymore, given it's probably not a fast bike, but for me it is. I swapped out the original saddle for a Selle Italia Novus Boost Evo Superflow. Say that 5 times fast. Selle Italia Novus Boost Evo Superflow. That's what I got going on. It's small, it's comfortable. I'm not gonna ride this bike for more than 15, 20 miles at a time, so I'm not really worried about long distance or hot spots or sit bones. It works really well, and it's nice that it's not too big to get in the way. I threw an ass saver on here. I was looking for this ass saver because it used to go on my Karate Monkey, and I couldn't find it for like a year. I guess it's because it's been on this bike and I just didn't know that. The handlebar is a fun fat boy. This handlebar is actually off of my original Karate Monkey build from 2006. It's got a 35mm rise. The original build comes with a 30mm rise. It's not that big a difference. I've trimmed it off. It's pretty narrow, but not too narrow. Just wide enough for my 6'4" build. So I've swapped out the stem for a 110. I think it's a no-name. I don't even know where it came from. I had it in a box of old parts. The original stem that came on, I think was like a 60 or 80 or something like that, and it just felt like I was really cramped. And the additional 5mm rise on the bar made a world of difference with the new stem, and it really fits well now. I got a lot of torso. I'm 6'4", and my arms aren't as long as they probably should be, I guess. I don't know proportionally. I don't know what the rules are, but this works great. I got into like 2nd or 3rd mile. I'm like, oh man, I don't think I'm selling this thing, and I definitely am not now. I rode it all over town today, and it's terrific. I changed out the grips a few times. I went through a bunch of different sets. These are Portland Design Works. I don't remember the model name, but I'll put it down below. And then I have the Portland Design Works Alexander Graham Bell mounted in that headset stack. Those things work great. They don't get in the way. They don't screw up your bar real estate. These headset spacers are no name anodized aluminum off of Amazon. I didn't even bother to look up who makes them. I swapped out the seat post for a simple Uno Advanced project that I already had. It was in a box of parts. Works good, whatever. I think the original one was just like that chrome finish chromoly. The rims are a deep V. I think they're 32 hole. The front hub is branded State Bicycles. I have no idea who actually makes it. I really don't care. There's a few mounts for like fender braze-ons if you ever wanted to do that. I don't. That's not what this bike is for, but this is a general purpose. I think they call this an all-road bike. It'll do what you need it to. If you live downtown or you live in an urban area where you're gonna ride all the time, It's perfect. You could put a rack on it if you want to get creative. I have this half frame bag in here. This is a lead out. Frankly, I think this is an Instagram company. Probably thinking that's where I got that. It wasn't originally for this bike, but it's perfect now because I keep my chain in it. I don't have to put it in my backpack or have to put it on myself or anything like that. And the chain is heavy. It's a great place to keep that. It's got a forged crank set, 175 millimeter crank arms, just like everything else that I ride. The chain ring is a 46 tooth. So we're running 46 tooth, 16. It's pretty good. My cruising speed, I'm not sure what my cadence is, but it's probably slower than it used to be. I'm rolling at like 17.5, 18 mile an hour cruising speed with no effort, or I should say average effort, moderate effort. I got it up to like 22, 24 mile an hour today, stomping on it. It's more than enough. There's about 8 to 9, I was trying to count them yesterday. There's probably 8 or 9 significant hills or notable hills where I ride. And I rode all of them today on this thing. Like, I'm standing up, but it didn't take like crazy effort to get up them. So I was pretty pleased with it. I threw some reflective sticker on the crank arm. I like to put that on all my crank arms. I read about that or watched that in a video somewhere. There's nothing special about this bottle cage. It's just a white aluminum Ibera. It does the job. The cool thing that I like about this is it's called a Grapid mount, that little black piece underneath. It holds an Apple AirTag. So if the bike is to get stolen, all you bike thievers out there, just make note, when you steal this bike, make sure you take this off here. Or that's where it's got the AirTag so that you can track the bike. The post clamp is a State branded post clamp. There's nothing special about it. It came with the build. It just came with adjustable rim brakes. I haven't done anything to them. In fact, I haven't even like calibrated or tweaked them. I just set them up originally and they work just fine. It doesn't stop the bike, but it definitely slows it down significantly enough that I don't have to worry about anything. A car ran out in front of me, about smashed him today, and I was able to slow down and stop just in time, so where it wasn't really that bad. And the 59 centimeter decal on the top tube.
So that's it. That's the State 4130 Alouette, or Alouette, or you decide. If you got one of these, let me know how you customized it, what kind of components you put on it, or other things that I might be able to do, because it's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it. Thanks for watching. Woo.